Hello everybody, welcome back to another edition of the Overdrive Files. It's been an interesting day on the internet to say the least. So earlier today, the Cultured Nerd leaked some storyboard art drawn by Jim Lee from the Snyder Cut. Probably just some storyboard concept art stuff of sort of like a Batman Flash Cyborg Knightmare sequence. Apparently this was supposed to be the end of Justice League Part 1. Sort of trailing into the sequel. Whether it was just like the actual ending or just a post-credit scene, I'm not sure. But let's check out this storyboard art. Sand dunes, smoldering solar pits, Gothic spires rising from the desert. Once this was Gotham, now like the rest of Earth, it belongs to Darkseid. Coming over the dune post-apocalyptic Batman as seen in BVS, with a ragtag army of rebels, the surviving members of the Justice League walk over the rise of a dune to see the dilapidated Wayne Manor. Batman leads them. Flash drags what's left of Cyborg behind him. Bruce looks up to the sky grimly. We need to get inside before night. He's coming. So that is awesome stuff. And like my favorite stuff about Batman v Superman, there's a ton of stuff, but what I just keep coming back to more and more and just analyzing closer and closer is just the whole like nightmare sequence. And even the first time I saw the movie in theaters, like that was the thing that like I latched onto that I thought was just the coolest shit. So hoping that they actually filmed this sequence. That would be awesome. And there's a ton of people, I don't know if there's a ton of people, but there's let's say a vocal minority on Twitter that are sort of like upset about the Cultured Nerd putting this out there. And I mean, maybe they could have done a better job at sort of like, I don't know, warning people that it's a spoiler of the end of the Snyder Cut. I'm not really sure, but I'm not so like sensitive to like spoilers and leaks and stuff like that. Like my older brother, man, he's just like, if I tell him the plot of a movie, he's like, man, that's a spoiler. Like a lot of people have been taking, the term spoiler and just sort of making it, I don't know, just bigger than what it needs to be, I guess. But anyway, I think this sequence would be awesome. And maybe they had just finished like coming from like a battle or something like that. But just more and more of the nightmare stuff is just really getting me excited. And I sure as hell hope we see this sequence at the end of the movie or as a post-credit scene in Zack Snyder's Justice League. But man, this shit would be awesome to see. Just seeing like Flash dragging Cyborg's like half of his body, whether they were in like a battle sequence and like Flash is carrying him and like Cyborg's like shooting his like ion torpedo or whatever like his cannon out of his arm is, that would be rad. But yeah, I'm just a sucker for the Batman Nightmare stuff. I want to see more of it. I hope we get more of it in Zack Snyder's Justice League. I have my fingers crossed that we'll get it. But I don't know. Are you like some other people where like you'd rather not see this floating out on the internet, especially like Twitter? I know like people can just put out like images and stuff, and it's hard to just not scroll and just see it and it just be sort of a spoiler. But at the same time, like I don't know, I'm not so sensitive to this type of stuff. Like I find it more interesting than anything else. But anyways, guys, leave your thoughts and opinions down below. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for future videos. I'm Rex Overdrive. I'll see you next time.